Right. Good morning, students. I hope all of you are doing well with regard to your studies. Uh, for this video, we are going to focus upon the term aggregate demand. To start with, let me tell you what is the meaning of it. Aggregate demand refers to the aggregate expenditure which the economy is planning to or is willing to spend on various goods and services. On various goods and services during a particular time period. Generally, this time period is for a year. Now, when I say planning to, I mean to say ex ante aggregate demand rather than actual aggregate demand, right? Actual is referred to as ex post, but for the determination of equilibrium, we require ex ante, planned, desired, willing, whichever term you want to use for aggregate demand. Clear? Now, let's focus on some of its components which make up aggregate demand. Now, students, if you remember what you did in national income from expenditure side approach referred to the total expenditure incurred by the economy. Same is the case here. Total expenditure incurred by the economy. It can be on consumer goods represented by consumption. Remember, when I say C, I mean to say C in the private sector. Am I clear? When I say I mean to say investment in private sector. Investment in machinery, investment in building, investment in stock of raw materials, remember it, is also included. But do not include investment in financial assets like shares, debentures, bond, because they generally do not involve flow of tangible or what you call it as real goods and services. Clear? It's only a money flow, financial transaction without creating anything tangible or measurable in terms of goods and services. Right? Come to the government one. It represents expenditure not only on consumption goods by the government but also on the capital goods. That means creation of construction of flyover, construction of buildings, schools. They all are covered by capital component of the government expenditure. You can say investment expenditure by the government. G. Right? Consumption. You know it. They have to keep on paying salaries. They have to maintain the running expenses. They all are part of the government consumption expenditure. Clear? And last but not the least is the difference of exports and imports. Exports, why they are included? Because they represent demand for goods produced in our country. And why import is subtracted? Because in each of these components, some element of goods produced outside is also included. So we have to take into account goods demanded which are produced within our domestic territory for the purpose of computing aggregate demand. That's why X minus M as an import subtracted. Am I clear, all of you? So aggregate demand for you. For Keynes model, which you have to study, for a simple Keynes model, only C plus I has to be taken as aggregate demand. He did so just to make the thing simple and therefore avoided initially government and the rest of the world sector, which represents this portion, for explaining his simple model. Later on, he included it. It does not mean that he is not giving importance to government. Government, in fact, has been given serious recognition by Keynes, but to start with, he has only focused AD as C plus I just to explain the model in the manner which you found comfortable to explain, and thereafter brought the things required for understanding with government and the rest of the world coming into. For our study or for your 12th class study, only C plus I should be the aggregate demand. Thank you.